along with this chick, a seal, is going to be on the same damn iceberg as a polar bear. And thirdly, all three of them can swim. It's just, oh my good! I tell you, it's photoshopped. Yes, I know it's photoshopped, but this isn't it. Well, I'm not. It's a Getty image, by the way. So I don't. I'll post it over in Rod Eccles. You'll see it. You might think this would be great news for all those scientists who have been warning us over the last few years about the impending horrors of man-made global warming, but in fact, they are not happy about it, not one bit. Here, for example, is Dr. Jay Zwally, Z-W-A-L-L-Y, the lead author of this week's surprising NASA study that confirms that the Antarctic is gaining far more ice than it's losing. I know some of the climate deniers will jump on this and say this means we don't have to worry as much as some people have been making out. It should not take away from the concern about climate warming. Well, yeah, do you not understand, Dr. Zwally, that ice is cold? That in order for ice to form, it has to be cold. Ice is nothing more than frozen water. Frozen means cold. You can't have warming oceans and create more ice at the same. I don't know how that happens. Is there some sort of vortex or, interdimensional vortex that's happening on this planet that's keeping the warm water away from the cold water so the cold water can continue to get colder and colder and freeze? And the warm water continues to get warmer and warmer, neither shall the two mix and melt? I don't understand how that works. And somehow it works in the mind of these wonderful liberals. I don't know. You got me. I'm a little lost on that one. Sorry. I tried to understand it. Hey, did you hear about this Latino group? This is that this is in response to the fact that Trump is gaining Latino support under the radar. Nobody saw this coming. Well, nobody saw that survey back in September, about 25% of African Americans supporting Trump. Nobody saw this one. Well, some of us on the right saw it, but nobody on the left saw this one. They didn't see the fact that Trump would be under the wire gaining support in the Latino community. So now you have this Latino group that's offering $5,000 for calling Trump a racist while he's on Saturday Night Live. That's right. A Hispanic advocacy group is offering 5,000 smackaroonies to any audience member who calls GOP presidential candidate Donald Trump a racist on air when he hosts the upcoming episode of Saturday Night Live. Why? Do you think that is going to change anybody's opinion of Donald Trump? Is for some vagrant to stand up and yell racist at him while he's trying to do something that is being recorded live? There are no retakes. You're going to ruin everybody's entertainment so you can try to make a statement or a point that nobody is going to believe anyway that doesn't already believe it. And it's just pure nonsense. NBC's refusal to drop Trump has put us in a position of dropping $5,000. Why should they drop Trump? The left, we believe in free speech. What, really? So long as that free speech agrees with you, obviously. You get somebody who's going to stand up for all American citizens, and you Hispanic advocacy groups, you flip your lids. When you get La Raza out there talking about, well, it's a racist country if you keep us from coming in. We're not trying to keep you. We're trying to let you come in legally. Just you illegals need to go. Well, that's racist. Why? Because if you're an illegal from anywhere on the planet and you're caught here in the United States, you get sent home. It doesn't matter if you're from Sweden. No, Swedes are mostly blonde hair, blue eyes, right? That's the stereotype. So you're going to go home. I mean, if you're from Japan if you're from England for crying out loud, and you've overstayed your visa, you're going to go home if you get caught. So what is this? And people do get deported from all these wonderful places. So what is this? Nobody ever says it's racist for them. Africans, black Africans. There's a lot of Nigerians and Kenyans and South Africans and the like in the United States. Their visas run out, and what happens? They got to go home. But we're not saying that that's racist. They're staying here illegally. Their visa ran out. They didn't go home. Now they're illegal. They're breaking their law. That's what illegal means. Nobody ever calls that policy to send those people back home. But you try to send back a bunch of Hispanics that cross the border. Whether or not they risk their life is irrelevant. But they're crossing the borders illegally without any checks, and they want to stay illegally. And then when we decide, we catch you, you go home, and all of a sudden that's racist. No. You're giving us a bunch of bullshit. Plain and simple. Not racist to want to protect your own national borders. It's not racist for trying to make sure that you keep tabs on people who don't belong here and make sure that they don't stay here. That's not racist. That's following your country's laws. Frankly, I don't think we'd be able to do the same thing if we go to your country of origin. But no, you do. You're like Trump, and you stand up for the American citizen, and you get labeled a racist. And if a TV network doesn't drop you because that's what that organization wants, then they're going to protest you. And they're going to have people jump up in the middle of a live audience on national TV calling you a racist, and that's supposed to change the people's opinions of you. Well, frankly, if it hasn't changed your opinion yet, it's not going to. All this will do is serve to interrupt other people's freedom of enjoyment. Plain and simple. That's what. Look, you have a right. You have a right to protest, yes, but not on private property. You don't have, for instance, you don't have a right to protest in my driveway or a parking lot or what have you, unless I give you permission. You don't have a right to protest on my property. Period. No ifs, ands, or done. You have no right to interfere with my rights. Your legal rights do not overstep or interfere with my legal rights. Plain and simple. I don't know what else to say about that. You just don't have that right. The old saying, your right to punch me in the face ends at just the moment you're about to connect with my nose. Hey, something else here. Just going down the paper pile. TPNN.com. TPNN. Tea Party News Network. The EPA.com. The EPA spent nearly $1.5 million to buy. Now, keep in mind, this is the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA, EPA. Hey, man, what is EPA? Who likes it? I don't like EPA. What's EPA? EPA isn't going to be any fun. It's a government agency that's called EPA. EPA's terrible. The EPA, Obama's Environmental Protection Agency, has been wildly expanding and taking on more power than it ever has before. Thank you, Richard Nixon, for the EPA. But it isn't just flexing its muscle by forcing states, municipalities, and businesses to toe its regulatory line. Now we've learned that the EPA is also amassing its own well-supplied army. Yes. The agency recently spent nearly $1.5 million on guns, ammos, and military equipment. What the hell does the EPA need with $1.5 million in guns? They're going to start running around shooting polluters? This is what they spent, just in part, according to the report. The EPA spent the following: $1.4 million for guns and up to 300 guns up to 300 millimeter. $380,000 for ammunition, $210,000 for camouflage and other deceptive equipment, $208,000 for radar and night vision equipment, $31,000 for armament training devices. Well, since they got $1.4 million worth of firearms, I hope they get some training. That should be, a fait accompli there. Shouldn't be any argument for that. But why is the EPA arming themselves? I mean, that's like the Department of HUD now arming itself. Department of Health now arming itself. Look, we got the FBI and the CIA and TSA and DEA and, Homeland Security and, why are we adding more guns? What are the IRS agents are getting guns and spy equipment? Now the EPA is getting guns and spy equipment. Are you telling me that it's a dangerous job to see if a rancher is polluting the river by not properly treating the cow's shit? I have never, the EPA audit underscores the need for serious budget cuts at the agency. Yeah, it needs to be cut. Period. Not reduced in size, not reduced in spending. It's like the Education Department of Education needs to be cut, be part of history, and not part of our future. Plain and simple on that one. Are you kidding? They don't even want to testify and tell you what they're doing. They don't want to give you documentation about what they're doing. They don't want to let their bosses, the American people, know what they're doing, but they sure as hell want guns for some reason. Are they planning to have all of them? Are they planning to go postal on the American people? Very much. Well, that's how it means we're out of time. We'll be back tomorrow for the final day of the week. Fret not. Until then, I'm Rod Eccles. I'm out.